Yeah man, it's the hidden sides of black hair yet again, you know. And you know what happens when it comes to the hidden sides of black hair. You're gonna get a whole heap of powerful information on nutrition, powerful information on products for your hair, and even powerful information on the black hair care industry in the UK. And you know what happens, you know? The people that come with their families, the people that come with their children, and the goddesses, the queens, the empresses are out in full effect. It's a beautiful occasion right here, kings and queens. Come inside with Ankh Rah and see Wagwan. Peace.
Ankh Rah? Yeah? So Charles from Ankh Rah, he's got his high quality supplement line, he's a health consultant, and he's the director of Herbal Tech Scan Clinic. So if we can please warmly welcome to the stage, Charles from Ankh Rah.
Greetings, kings and queens. Raise your hand if you're here and you want to learn about strengthening your hair and growing your hair. Raise your hand. Is there anyone in here that's interested in living a healthy lifestyle? Raise your hands. Say aye. Okay, I'm Charles from Ankh Rah Limited. It's a high quality natural supplements company. We are the pioneers for high quality moringa in the UK. We've won multiple health industry awards, as you can see on my banner. You'll have to forgive me, I didn't bring my slides with me, but you're all gonna learn something from my talk, and hopefully when I finish speaking, you're all gonna gain something that's gonna help you to grow your hair, have strong hair roots, and also take care of your health in general. Yeah, we're just out of what they call the lockdown, so it's the first time I'm speaking anywhere to a live audience since lockdown, and I'm going to do my best to make sure that you all leave here with something. That's very important, that you gain something from what I'm telling you. Now, a bit more about myself. There was a time when I was going through a ailment, and I went to my doctors, and my doctor gave me a cream, and I used this cream, and everything was okay. Only for 3 months later, I come back to the doctors because it started again. The doctor gives me the same cream, so I'm happy. I run off home with the cream because it worked the first time, only to find out that a year and a half later, I'm still going back and forth to my doctor. The problem's getting worse. My doctor says to me one day, "Don't worry, Charles, I'm going to send you to a specialist." So I'm here happy again, a specialist. They're going to know exactly what the problem is, and I'm going to be okay. I go to the specialist, and again, they're giving me, creams and stuff. And 1 year later, I'm still back at the specialist. Yeah, and the specialist looks at me and says, "Young man, I'm afraid you're going to have this condition for life. You're just going to have to accept that you're prone to this condition." Now, I was devastated. Can you imagine that when the person you are relying on turns around and tells you they can no longer help you and you're going to be in that position for life? I'm sure that there's someone in here that's probably been told the same thing, or knows someone that's been told that you've got this condition for life. Speaking to a friend said to me, "There's a herbalist. Why don't you try this guy?" So I went to this herbalist, and the herbalist, I told him what the problem was, and he didn't even really look at me, and I'm thinking, isn't he not going to examine me? And he says, "Yeah, I can sort that out." He was more interested in what was going on in his computer as far as I was concerned, but I was desperate. Yeah, this was my only hope, because I'd just been let down by what is being put in society for us, the hospitals, the doctors, and the specialists. So within 2 days of following his regime, I realized there was a change. Within 1 month, I was cured. Now, in becoming cured, I realized, what I wanted to do. I said, how many more people like me are going to go to these doctors, the hospitals, and the specialists and be told you've got a condition for life, which is not necessarily going to be true. So I started studying, traveling the world, looking at natural herbs and things like that, as I really wanted to be the person that can make a difference to somebody that's in my problem or in the situation I was in. So I traveled around and found moringa. This is in 2008. I continued traveling. In 2010, I came across a farmer that was producing moringa at a level that no other farmer I've seen before. And this was producing what I read about in the reports of what moringa can do. So I started with moringa. That's in 2010. No one knew what moringa was. 2013, I won the best new product. It's been 3 years, but they considered it a new product at the Natural Lifestyle and Health Industry Awards. In 2014, I was highly commended best supplement. By this time, I've increased the range of Ankh Rah products. So I was carefully looking at products that would take care of the body on a whole. In 2015, I produced a European champion in sports, looking after their nutrition. And in 2015, at Health Food Business Award, I won the best sports supplement with my moringa tablets. I've gone on from there and increased the range again. And I've got like J-Lab gel for women. I've got purple sea moss, a very high quality purple sea moss. And sea moss produces 92 of the minerals, of the 102 minerals that the body needs to be healthy. It's a very important supplement that we should have in our lives today, especially with what's going on in the world. It's very important with this corona and whatever they say is going on. The only answer we have is our immune system. So it's very important that we strengthen our immune system to fend off whatever it is that they're saying is out there. Also, I've helped many people to grow back their hair. Okay, people has been taking my high quality moringa powder, high quality moringa oil, some people mixing them together, and they've sent back videos which you can see on our YouTube channel showing how their hair had grown back. So it's not only what you apply to your hair that will make it grow, it's very important what you put inside the body. Because a lot of the time toxins from inside the body comes out on the skin. Okay, sometimes it comes from the inside and it messes up our hair follicles. So it's important that we digest foods that and nutrients that our body can recognize. Okay, I also run a herbal scan clinic. Okay, where it's a herbal tech scanning. We can see what's going on in all your body, every organ in your body from your head to your toe, and we can then see what it is you need for you to live that healthy lifestyle and for you to function at your optimal. I've recently been in Turkey working with professors there that are now using herbs to heal many things. I've also recently been working with doctors. A doctor was from Greece that also is now looking at natural and scanning equipment. Technology is booming at the moment. The technology is being revealed. I will not say it's new. I've also been trained on a scanning equipment that is going to be looking after dealing with frequencies. So everything is frequency. We're frequency beings. We're electric beings. And if you have an ailment, if you have a parasite, a microbe, fungus, they're all operating on frequencies. So once the frequency is found out, you can use frequency to nullify that particular parasite, that mold, that fungus, whatever it is that's causing the problem. Because most of the problems are caused by parasites. And can I see a show of hands of anyone here that's ever done a detox? Okay, I was hoping to see more hands, because a detox is very important for your well-being. When I was younger, my mother and my grandmother used to say, yo, come have a washout. You need a washout. Yeah? And I used to run and hide. But it was always waiting for me, or the strap would lead me to it. So as soon as I was of age, I stopped taking the washout. I have children that they never had a washout because I wasn't aware of how important it is to have a detox. So today, I'm downstairs, okay, Ankh Rah, you can see the banner, that's my logo right here. And we're doing scans downstairs today where we can scan the body. And guess what? Because of the Hidden Science Academy, anyone that comes down today can have a 40% discount. And this is all due to the Hidden Science Academy. 40% discount. You can also come down and see me. We can speak about the herbs and natural nutrition, things to help you with your hair, and also help you to be functional beings functioning at your optimum. Okay? So I hope you have learned something. Remember, one thing I'm going to leave you with, your health is your true wealth. Okay, thank you very much for listening.
Okay, so, bigger round of applause, man. Let's go. This is a last minute. He made that up on the spot. He had 30 seconds prep. Expert. So you see the scans?
Yes.
Let's just be, can you tell me the lottery numbers?
Now.
Can you tell me the secret of eternal life? Turning back the clock, 10 years younger.
Yes. Detox,
sure?
Exercise, eat right, and live right.
That's a whole long thing, man. Me want something instant. You know, have instant.
Instant?
Instant. When I say instant, instant.
All right, you want instant.
Me want
so
a instant result.
No,
but I've actually heard this brother's got some very powerful herbal remedies for the intimate parts of our life that do work quite quickly.
You never want to tell them.
You never want to tell them. All right. So you know what? If you want to find that out, you need to go find the brother Ankh Rah at his table downstairs. Another big round of applause for the brother.
Men and ladies, we can help you with the bedroom and take care of the womb and the men's downstairs naturally.
Downstairs.
No adverse effects. So come and see me downstairs.
Yeah, man. Thank you. Okay, so now we're going to bring our next speaker to the stage. So now we're going to be introducing Salem Baxter. She is a cosmetic scientist behind Root to Tip. Has anyone heard of Root to Tip? Yeah. As a trainee trichologist, the products she has created are uniquely formulated to resolve common hair issues within the black community. Her passion is to help black women suffering with hair loss and dry hair conditions, and her mission is to change 1 million hair stories. Can we give a big round of applause for Sal Baxter?
Hi guys, happy to be here. Happy Black Hidden Science Academy Day. Are you guys happy to be here? Yeah. Cool. So who's heard of Root to Tip before? Anybody? A few of you? Okay, cool. A few of you? Okay, well, you're going to get introduced to us today. My name is Salem. Can you hear me? Okay, let me start again. Hi guys. Okay, we're in business now. So my name is Salem Baxter. I'm the founder of natural hair care brand Root to Tip Hair Care. And we specialize in making premium quality natural hair care products for the black community, mixed race hair, specializing in hair loss and scalp conditions. Anybody here ever suffered with hair loss before? Yeah? And have you had a resolution for it, or do you just leave it, ignore it? You've had resolutions for it. Do you struggle with finding help for your hair loss? Yeah, okay. Well, I want to go into a bit about my story first of all, how I started making products, why I started making products, my mission, my why, my how. So I started making products over 10 years ago after suffering with a scalp condition called hair flakes away with it. So I've always had long hair. I've cut my hair recently, but I've always had long hair that grew naturally well. And after having this condition, I was thinking, oh my God, I've lost my hair. What do I do? Went to my doctor, and as you know, the GPs do not really have products made for our texture, our hair texture, or our skin. So he gave me products that were loaded with alcohol, and it kind of helped a little bit, but it dried my hair out something ridiculous. So I started to research into premium quality ingredients, or natural ingredients, organic ingredients that sort of stimulated hair loss, hair growth rather, just using natural extracts. So I came up with my first product called the Root Energizer, and I made this product in 2007, so it's been around for a long time. And basically, I was my own guinea pig. In the product, you have things like castor oil, Ayurvedic extracts. Everybody familiar with Ayurvedic extracts like amla, brahmi, bringraj? Anybody? Yeah? Okay, cool. Also, 4 different essential oils. So I was obsessed with hair. When I lost my hair, my main mission was to grow my hair back. As you know, as a black woman, our hair is our everything. And when you're having a bad hair day, how does it affect you? You feel awful, right? So I just wanted to make sure my hair was growing really well. But at the same time, I realized so many other women in the community as well were suffering with the same condition, but in silence. And a lot of women were wearing wigs and weaves. And underneath those wigs and weaves was a plethora of hair loss and scalp conditions. So my thing was, okay, I was studying law. I've got a law degree. I had a catering firm. I thought, okay, I've now got this hair loss issue. I'm going to make it into a business. And it kind of just consumed me. So I became literally obsessed with anything to do with hair. I'm now it breaks, the ingredients that really make a difference to where your hair feels on a daily and weekly basis. And this product here, literally, it changed my life. So I became the guinea pig for this product, started using it, and within 3 or used to use hair grease on their scalp. Show of hands. Say A. Okay, cool. So in those times when I was trying to promote this product and get people to try it out, it was all about hair grease in those times. And I was saying to women, look, try this product instead. Hair grease is no good for your hair. Do you know why hair grease is no bad for you? Exactly. It blocks the pores, and basically it's petroleum. It's loaded with synthetic ingredients, and it just stifles the hair follicles. And this product literally changed my life. I started using it, and my hair started growing back like weeds. It was crazy. And I realized that, you know what, I need to actually, there's more to this than just hair. It changes the way you feel about yourself. When your hair starts to regrow back, or you start to see your hair growing, it's never grown before, or your hair just looks healthier and natural, it changes the way you feel inside, and you feel like, you know what, I can do anything. So my mission is to change people's hair stories. I've been all around Europe, my brand, hair shows, given hair talk. I've literally spoken to thousands of women literally over the past 10 years, and they've experienced our products. So I'm hoping that you guys get a chance to as well. But I want to throw a few questions out. So speeding along in the story, I made that product. My daughter at the time was about 3 or 4 years old. She had scalp eczema on her body, 6 food allergies as well, and she needed a natural product for her hair. So anybody here who's got a child who's using any kind of children's product, put your hands up. Anybody? A few people here. So you know that if you go into the hair shop, you see a whole range of kids' products. What are we using at home for kids? Anybody? Cantu, ORS, anyone? No? Are we all using natural products already? Yeah? Okay, cool. Well, that's amazing, you guys. But my daughter, she had a really bad allergy. I thought I needed something for her hair, so I developed a children's range as well, and her hair grew to waist length. I did have a presentation, actually, but it got waylaid and wasn't working, so I'm just free talking to you guys. I hope you don't mind. There's no images, but you can come down to our stand and see images down there. But yeah, basically, her hair started to grow like weeds. It grew to waist length, but it only grew because I changed my mindset in towards how I looked after her hair. So, for example, in the old days, you'd hear things like you only wash your hair maybe once every 2 months, once every 3 months. Washing black hair is bad for us. It takes away all the natural scalp oils. Our hair grows better when it's dirty. I threw away all those black hair care myths, and I had to relearn how to care for this hair. And by doing that, I used to wash her hair like once or twice a week. I never ever came around her hair once. Now, not having cane-row in the black community is like a cardinal sin sometimes, because she's never had cane-row ever. But I believe that not having any tension on her scalp allowed her hair to just grow and thrive. So anybody here who cane-rows their child's hair on a consistent basis, or even your own hair? Anyone? Yeah, a few people. That's our kind of go-to hairstyle. But in order to really facilitate and see the true potential of your own hair, no matter what stage you're at now, you need to let go of the old black hair care myths and embrace something new and different. So for my daughter and for myself, I began to do things like washing our hair twice a week. I stopped using shampoo for a while. I used to use conditioner to wash the hair. I began to massage her scalp using our natural oil 3 times a week. And that just began to infuse her roots with nourishment. It would increase the blood flow to the roots, and her hair my hair thrived, her hair thrived. And I thought, this needs to be out there. People need to know about these ways. So I started to blog, and then basically I launched the business in 2011. So we've been around for quite some time, and our products are amazing. But the main thing is, I'm trying to get people to understand how their hair actually works, the science behind how their hair works, not just hair loss, but just their hair in general. So I'm going to get you guys to ask a few questions in a few minutes as well, but I'm going to run through a few healthy hair tips, the 5 healthy hair pillars, which I call them. And the first pillar of healthy hair, and this includes eliminating or trying to reduce hair loss, is trying to make sure your hair is hydrated. Now, just by a show of hands, guys, how many people are washing their hair more than, say, once a week? Not many. And how many people are washing their hair like once a month? And less than that? I guess the rest of you guys. So I believe that hydration is the key, number one key to healthy hair that grows. Think of your hair like a plant. If you're growing a plant, you're a farmer of these crops. If you're growing any kind of plant, right, you need to make sure the soil is watered and hydrated and nourished. You need to make sure there's nutrients in the earth so the roots that sink into that soil are getting something to help it to produce those leaves. If you're leaving your hair dry completely all week, no water on it at all, and you're wondering why your hair is breaking or your scalp is dry, it's because it's not getting any hydration. It's a plant. It needs to blossom and bloom. So if you are able to incorporate some of these tips I'm going to give you into your newfound hair regime, your hair is going to be the best it ever has been. So moving on. So for me, it's really important to make sure you wash your hair more than once a week. You don't always have to use shampoo, but wash your hair, get hydration into your hair more than once a week. That's the first thing. The second thing is to condition your hair. I say conditioner is a curl's best friend. Anybody here who deep conditions less than once a week? Show of hands, please. So most of us. Okay, anybody here who steams their hair with conditioner once a month? Just a few people. Anybody here who's suffering with breakage and dryness? Quite a few of us. Okay, so I say to you guys, if you go home today, or even within the next few days, and you apply a deep conditioner, and you steam your hair with it, even leaving it in overnight, and try and do that like once a week, it's a game changer for your hair. But steam even more so. It's really important to get conditioner deep inside the hair strand. If you think about your hair strand itself, there's 3 layers to the hair strand. Inside is the cortex, where all the nutrients and things are, protein bonds. On the outside of the hair, the armor, are the cuticles. And the reason why your hair feels rough is because you're not putting enough hydration or conditioning agents onto the hair strands on the outside. So it's really, really important, guys, to make sure you are deep conditioning your hair at least once a week. Anybody here who co-washes their hair? Only a few people? Do you know what co-washing is? Okay, so co-washing has been around for quite some time now in natural hair communities. Basically, when you use a conditioner, a quality conditioner, to wash your hair and scalp rather than using shampoo. And what it does, it will cleanse the scalp slightly, but it also, more importantly, it basically hydrates the hair and leaves the hair feeling soft and smooth. Your conditioner is there to add water into your hair and leave your hair feeling soft and smooth. If you're washing your hair and conditioning it and your hair's feeling rough and dry after you've rinsed it out, you're going to have problems all week, no matter what you do to your hair. So your wash day is really, really important. It's really important to get a decent shampoo and a decent conditioner and get that water right inside the hair strands. And when you rinse away and those products, your hair's left feeling soft and smooth. 1, 2, 3. The third pillar is to put oil on your scalp. Anybody here who's anti-scalp oiling or doesn't oil their scalp or thinks they've got scalp issues? Anybody? No? Who oils their scalp more than once a week? few of you. And what do you guys use? Olive oil? Castor oil? Argan oil? Well, I'll say to you guys, the best things to use in terms of oil on the scalp is something with essential oils in it. The reason for that is you want to consistently push blood flow to the roots. Again, your hair is like, your hair, I'll try and break down a little bit in a simple way what the hair is like. Each strand on your hair, on your scalp, on your hair, works on its own mini factory. So attached to the strand is a little tiny bulb at the end of the follicle. You know, if you pull your hair out too much, you see a tiny little white bulb. Right, so that sits deep inside the scalp itself. If you don't get enough nutrients down there, it can't put together keratinized cells to link together to push out new hair. There's stems, I mean, the hair's like each hair strand, each hair bulb is like a mini factory. So you need to keep giving it the nutrients it needs to keep on producing the hair you want to see all year round. Your hair doesn't grow all year round, it grows in phases. You have a growing phase, a resting phase, and a shedding phase. So in order for you to increase, if you want to get longer hair, guys, it's not that hard, it's quite simple. You need to extend your growing phase, and the way you do that is by making sure there's a consistent flow of blood to the roots. Now, the Root Energizer is amazing at that. It contains 4 different essential oils, all scientifically proven to increase blood flow to the roots. It contains 3 Ayurvedic extracts as well, so when you start using it, you normally see results in about 30 days. People are always shocked and surprised. If they're just using like a plain oil, they're shocked and surprised at how their hair responds to using something infused with extracts, something infused with nutrients to really drive growth through. So it's really important to make sure you're not just using a plain oil, you're actually using the oil that's infused with things to increase blood flow to the roots. Any questions before I go on? Okay. Yes. Please shout, yeah. Absolutely. I went to the steam room last week. It's the best. In fact, guys, the steam room is the best way to steam your hair because it gets your whole body. It gets every part of the follicles, the scalp as well. And it's great for your skin. So if you are going to the steam room at the gym, try to wash your hair first, apply your conditioner, and sit in the steam room. You don't have to wear a plastic cap with that conditioner in your hair. When you come out, just rinse it through. You don't have to leave it on for that long, but it's so beneficial. So absolutely, you put on a co-wash first. Sure. Sorry? Yeah. When you're swimming, it's important to make sure the chlorine's rinsed from your hair. So what I say to anybody who's swimming, who likes to swim, or children who are swimming, prep your hair the night before. Apply a combination of conditioner and olive oil mixed together. Put that onto the hair strands, and then apply it the night before so it penetrates into the hair. And that provides a buffer or protection against the chlorine and the dryness that kind of happens when you swim. So protect it. And then when you come out from swimming, wash your hair thoroughly, deep condition it. Yes. Do you mean dry steaming in terms of without using a steamer? Just using your body heat? It's beneficial. If you can't get to a steamer, just put a plastic cap on your head and just sleep with it overnight, and the body heat will naturally heat it up. It'll be good. Absolutely, just as good. But I'm going to go on to one more question. I'll go on to the 4th pillar. Yes. Sorry? It's okay. It's okay, but I think a hooded dryer is better than a blow dryer because you want to make sure it's. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that works as well. So anything that just increases the heat to your anything that increases the heat around the conditioner is going to penetrate it into the strands even more. And that's what you want. You want your conditioner to sit inside your hair strands, not be on the outside. But also use more water to get it in there as well. So I see people just applying conditioner and it looks really thick still. It should be inside your hair strand. That's where it makes a difference.
Sorry, the question was, should you use a hairdryer or a hood dryer? And is dry steaming okay? Those are the two.
Yeah, I said the hooded dryer is fine. Not a hairdryer. A hooded dryer is absolutely fine. Is that what you asked me, yeah? I'm going to go on to the 4th pillar anyway, and we can ask more questions afterwards. The 4th pillar of healthy hair for me is to make sure you are pre-pooing. Anybody here pre-pooing? Yeah, a few people. I'll break it down and tell you what it is. Pre-poo is basically when you apply oil to your hair before you shampoo it the night before, And what that does is it protects the hair from the shampoo and excessive water intake, because our hair is made of water. But if you get too much water into the hair, when the hair gets wet, it breaks really easily. Your hair feels mushy. So if you apply a product like our Root Energizer or our Grow It Long Scalp Serum onto the hair itself before you wash your hair the night before, that's a game changer for your hair as well, especially if you're suffering with really dry hair. So you apply something like olive oil, an infused hair product, hair oil, onto the hair before, onto the hair and scalp in sections, put on a plastic cap, and then the following day, you wash your hair with shampoo and deep condition it, your hair feels completely different. And the fifth pillar for me is to do protective styling and to be careful of who's in your hair. I find that a lot of black women are suffering with hair loss right now because it's mainly self-induced, to be honest with you. A lot of us do create our own hair loss by the way we actually deal with our hair. It could be by not washing the hair enough, or having braids that are too tight, wearing wigs 24/7, relaxing the hair too much, doing our edges, using hair gel, using things that just dry out the hair and expecting the hair to be okay, not realizing your hair is actually like a material. It's kind of like silk. And if you wouldn't put a silk shirt into the washing machine, right? You take care of it. So it's the same premise you apply to your hair. And I find that 90% of the time, a lot of the hair loss, especially young girls as well, are getting it because we don't understand the science behind how our hair actually is. Our hair's very, very fragile, but in the same sense, it's very, very unique and strong. So it's really important to be mindful about, am I resting my hair? Is my hair always in a style? If your hair is always in a style, you are looking for breakage. You are looking for weakened hair strands. It might not show up straight away. It may show up 3 to 6 months down the line. So it's really, really important to make sure your hair has, I call it a haircation, which when you don't do anything to your hair at all. I'll give you a classic example. So a customer of mine, she always wears weaves. And she's now suffering with hair loss because she has a weave in for her hair, say 2 months, takes it out the same day, washes it, puts it right back in. Her hair looks thin, weak, and damaged. Her hairline's now starting to erode as well. Anybody else know anybody like that? Yeah? A few people like that, right? And it could be the same with braids as well. Our hair is not made to be in a style 24/7. If you don't rest your hair in between your styling, you are going to get hair loss, hair damage. Your hair is going to get weakened. It won't look as healthy or bouncy as it could be. So it's really, really important, guys, to make sure you actually rest your hair in between any kind of styling process. So how can I rest my hair? For example, if you are wearing a weave or braids, when you take your braids out or the weave out, do a protein treatment first. Anybody here doing that? Anyone? No? Anybody here is wearing braids at the moment? Yeah? So when you take the braids out, what's your normal sort of routine, if you don't mind me asking? Yeah. Okay. Okay, brilliant. So I would say to you, use protein, not just deep conditioner, because the protein will add some muscle to the hair that's just come out of the braids or the weave. Your hair has protein naturally in it anyway, but over time, through styling, through brushing, even through washing your hair loses protein. So you have to put it back in on a consistent and regular basis. When you do that, your hair just looks completely different. So if you start to incorporate these 5 healthier hair pillars throughout the year, you'll see a dramatic change in your hair care regime, guys. In terms of hair loss, that's a massive subject, to be fair to you. I don't want to go into it too much, but I think that a lot of the time we do create our own hair loss. And if we don't, if you have hair loss in your family, look out for those signs as well. So if your mum has hair loss, your auntie, your sister, look out for those signs. If you're seeing your hair, your edges start to thin, look out for those signs. If you get tenderness on the scalp, anybody ever have like a tender scalp? Quite a few people, right? That could be linking towards or a sign that precursor to hair loss as well. So what I'd advise in that regard is to detox your hair and scalp. Wash your scalp more thoroughly as well. We're actually launching a scalp scrub product as well too, so that should be helpful. And just make sure the scalp is really clean and clear, and just give the hair a break. And incorporate regular massages as well. Is there anybody here who massages their hair more than once a week? Quite a few? Less? Yeah. So massaging your scalp is really, really important. It's something that can actually be, again, it's a game-changing thing for your hair, especially if you're trying to grow your hair and also trying to not get hair loss so much. So basically, you massage your scalp for 4 minutes each time. Why 4 minutes? Scientifically, it's proven that 4-minute massage is just enough to disrupt underneath the scalp and not injure it, but kind of cause the disruption under there. It causes it to regrow hair. So 4-minute massage 3 times a week is so powerful. Anybody here going to try that? Good, brilliant. And I would say to you guys, if you do want to get completely amazing benefits, you've only got a limited supply of these, but we have some other products too. I'm going to show you guys briefly our wash and grow kit. We've got some leaflets as well. Alicia, if you could hand out the leaflets for me, please. We've got a leaflet I'm going to give to you guys quickly. Sorry, I'm hot under here. These lights are making me sweat. So we've got a new kit called the Wash and Grow Kit. Because I kind of find that when it comes to hair care, there's so much information out there, right? Sometimes you don't know what to do, where to turn, and all you really want is have healthy feeling hair that looks alive even though the hair is dead. So for me, it's about having a system for your hair. A lot of people buy this shampoo, that conditioner, that moisturizer, and they're wondering why their hair is not feeling or looking how it should do. It's best, I think it's easier to have a complete range from a quality manufacturer who knows your hair. And that really is root to tip in the best, because I genuinely care about your hair. I don't know you, but I genuinely care about your hair. I literally just see hair. I don't even see your faces. And I know on sight what your hair will need in the nicest possible way. Because I think that, you know, we're only here for a short period of time on this earth. So why not have the best hair possible? Our hair is so unique, it's amazing. And a few little tweaks here and there will deliver hair that you've never even had before. So for me personally, in our Wash and Grow Kit, we have 5 products. We have our shampoo, our co-wash, which can also be used as a deep conditioner. We have an amazing oil called the Grow It Long Scalp Serum. Just a quick question. Anybody suffering with dandruff, or dry scalp, or itchy scalp? Sis? Yeah? Sis? Yes. 5 minutes. No, 1 minute. 1 minute. Yeah. Anyone suffering with dry scalp? Okay, so in there we have our Grow It Long Scalp Serum. It's brilliant for dry scalp issues. We also have our #1 selling product, the Honey Rain Juice, which is the best detangler in the world. So you just basically detangle your hair with it, and you can also spray it on under your wig weave, under your natural hair braids, twist outs, locks even, and it leaves your hair feeling hydrated. And last but not least in the kit is our Quench. So if anybody here is suffering with dryness, breaking hair, the Quench My Thirst Cream is an amazing product. It leaves your hair feeling quenched from the first time you use it. So I'm going to round up today, guys. I kind of had to just bring myself and introduce my brand to you. I hope you've learned something. Have you learned something today? Yes. Thank you. Please do check us out on Instagram at Root to Tip, and come and see us downstairs. Thank you, guys.
Sal, you're going to be here for the panel discussion?
Yeah.
Okay, so Sal's going to be, so Sal's going to be with us for the panel discussion later on. So if you've got more questions to ask her, then that's going to be happening around 4:20, and she's downstairs in the middle part of the market stall. So can we give her another round of applause, please? So, before we introduce our next speaker, just to let you know that there is food downstairs and it's being sold all throughout the day, so you don't need to wait for the breaks. We are going to have one more speaker now. We're going to have 2 more speakers, and then there is going to be an actual break. But at any time, you're welcome to go downstairs and help yourself to, buy some, not help yourself. I'm going to get in trouble now. Everyone will run out of their seats. Not help yourselves, darlings. Purchase some refreshments and food. Okay, so now we're going to introduce the next speaker. So our next speaker is the presidential president of the Afro Hair and Beauty Association UK, supporting over 150 black-owned brands, and the founder of the Hair Care Revolution Events and Business Network. He has an extensive knowledge of all areas of Afro hair and beauty industry, past and present, and is an unshakable optimist and visionary who believes in a bright future and our ability to build together. Today he's going to be speaking on the black hair industry statistics. So can we please welcome to the stage Mr. O.V. King.
Thank you. Great. Let me adjust this mic. For those of you who've seen me before, you'll know that I usually step out to some music. I like to shake this thing and come and rock the stage and get the energy going and get some clapping going and some vibration in the building. Let's get it going, please. I feed off your energy. I feed off your energy. I really, really, really do. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's a beautiful thing. Thank you. So yes, as was just mentioned, I'm Ovi King, founder of the Hair Care Revolution, which is driven strictly and solely by passion. I care about this industry. I care about the community. I care about ownership. I think it's really time that the community takes into its hands what is rightfully ours, what was once ours, and gets an opportunity to have a stake in this multi-billion-pound industry. So everything I do, everything I say is geared towards that mission, that vision, that goal. I also believe that technology and hair care have a place together. I really, really do. I've got a background in technology and marketing, and I've noticed that our hair care industry is lagging behind in almost all aspects of that space. I really believe there's some opportunities there. I personally been doing some homework and some development into what's possible, and I'm going to share some of the insights that we've come across from doing this work. I hope you find it interesting. I'm sure you will. So at Hair Care Revolution, as was mentioned, we care about facts. So no fake news, no Donald Trump stuff going on. Real facts. Who owns brands? Who cares? Who supports the community? Who does what they say? Who's all talk? Who uses good ingredients? And who walks the walk and talks the talk? These things affect our community, so they're really, really important to know. I'm going to share some of what we've been up to over the past couple of years. Even through lockdown, we were still very much engaged in what we're doing, getting things happening, and working together as a group. Okay, so we've been fortunate enough to build quite an extensive network of people that are passionate about change. So through that network, we've got several focus groups. I think the largest one's about 30 or so. We've been testing hair care for about 3 years. I've been traveling around the world, all kinds of places, experimenting with different things in different places, as far as China, Dominican Republic, the States, Africa, Sierra Leone. There's ingredients in these places that we don't have access to. And since I mentioned the goal is change and improvement, I thought it was important to go on that journey and explore what other people are doing in other places. The other thing we've done recently, just to fill you guys in, we've got a show that we've recorded for YouTube called Killer Cosmetics. I know you can't have that name. It took me weeks to work that out. And what that show is basically about is about using some of the insights that we have about brands that are on the high street and giving consumers real facts about what's actually in them and what's good from what's not good. So that show should be coming out in about a month's time. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled for that once it does come out. We've had some great experts come on there, trichologists, hair experts, just chopping up different brands that you will definitely see and know. And some of what we found is absolutely ridiculous, and some of it is shocking, and some of it's fascinating. So keep an eye out for that once it comes out. As I said, all of this started as a hobby, and now it's really turned into a passion. I'm obsessed. I'm absolutely possessed. Like, who's seen the movie Poltergeist? The ghost goes in you, the spirit goes in you. You can't sleep if you're not thinking about hair and care and change and revolution. So why is this important? if you know which hair care you should use, it really makes a difference in terms of being able to save you time, money, and energy. One of the main things I've found out in this space is that the industry is basically based upon trial and error. The brands want you to go out there, try different things out. Oh, this one works. That one works for a YouTuber. That one my cousin recommended. That's basically the way that the industry's been structured since the beginning of time. That is set to put the industry at an advantage and the consumer, especially in our community, at a disadvantage. So who would say in here that in their cupboard at home they've got over 10 products that they don't use? Over 20. Who are the real product junkies in it? Over 50. So we've developed a concept which I'll talk about shortly, which is called the hair ID. What the hair ID does is that it allows consumers to identify what their hair type is, what their porosity is, and the texture of their hair. Once you know what your hair ID is, you are then better informed to be able to match your own unique hair ID with brands that are in the marketplace. As I said, all I deal with is revolution and change. I think I'm not hearing any oohs and ahs in the crowd. Like this is 21st century stuff that we're talking about here. But yeah, no. So hair ID really makes a difference, and I'll explain a bit more about what that's about shortly. But the main thing is, when choosing what to use, you should do your homework. As the slide says, I know homework isn't sexy. Not everybody enjoys that. I'm taking my voice down now to highlight that word. I know homework isn't sexy. It's not sexy at all. Radio voice, yeah? Okay. But it really does help. It really does help in terms of being able to arm. The more you know, the better the quality of the decisions you can make. Who's seen this movie? This movie is called The Warriors. It's from 1970 something. This is a classic film, one of my favorites. Basically, for those who haven't seen it, this charismatic gentleman basically gets all the gangs in New York together in a park and breaks down for them the reasons and how they can control the streets that they are in. I know you guys are not a gang, but I'm going to do the same thing in terms of numbers, because his thing was if you can count, we can own this thing, and I believe exactly the same thing. Here are a few facts that you may or may not be aware of. These stats show that the UK is a tiny marketplace compared to the rest of the planet. Yeah, like there are, who knows how many people there are in the UK overall? Just take a guess. Yeah, spot on. It's around that. It's about 62 to 64 million people at the moment. Of that 64, 4 million of the population are black or mixed race. So when you think about it, it sounds small, but it's big. It's been big enough for pioneers like Dyke and Dryden in the past, who were the first black millionaires in Britain to become extremely successful of a fairly small range of people in terms of size. But in this global environment that we live in, that doesn't matter anymore. We've got delivery, we've got Amazon, we've got internet, we've got YouTube, we've got things that can send items anywhere in the world in 24 hours. So, what does that mean? The marketplace is bigger. It's bigger than we could ever think. We've got to think beyond the UK. In the States, 104 million people have got African heritage. Curly hair, kinky hair, nappy hair, whatever you'd like to call it. 104 million there. Brazil, Latin America, Australia, Mexico, Europe. This is a enormous opportunity that is still yet untapped. Breakthroughs in this space will change your life. They really, really will. If you come up with something that solves some of the issues that we have on our head, it can literally, in this environment, change the destination of your entire life. That's real. That's a real opportunity at this moment in time. If you solve a problem in England, people in Mexico will be clapping and calling your name at some point. People in Australia. This is a global opportunity. So some quick ideas about what this opportunity that I'm talking about is worth to you or to us, because I want my share too, by the way. If out of the millions and billions of people I've just mentioned, we scale that right down. Let's say you come up with an idea that 10,000 people use in 1 year. Yeah? Just 12 months, 365 days. And those people spend £100 a year. You've come up with this new super glow miracle drop thing that restores sides, whatever, whatever. It's amazing. That turns you and your company, just with £100 per year, per customer, into £1 billion, £1 million business. Within 10 years, that's £1 billion. And that could be one person, that could be anybody in this room. How real is that? So, I dare you, I'm saying that with power. Let's take it to church. I dare you to think big. Church. The world has changed. And it's up to us at this moment in time to decide if we would like it to stay the same after this reset that's taking place. Do we want what we've had for the last 10, 15 years, the disrespect, the disloyalty, the chemicals that give you fibroids and blah, 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 blah. Do we want more of that, or do we want something new? And if you want something new, the opportunity is on your doorstep, available for you to take hold of now, today, tomorrow, next week. Get it done. So, as I mentioned, on this journey of exploration so far, we've been doing lots of research, different people, different parts of the world, and I'm going to share some of the things with you that we've learned along the way. Hopefully it gives some kind of inspiration to show that there are stones that are still left unturned in this space. It's by far not a done deal in terms of the black Afro hair care industry, UK and worldwide. Okay, so hair. I'm going to start with the hair type. So, knowing which hair type you have on your head makes a difference to which products you should use. So just because your sister, your mum, your cousin, your auntie, your co-worker buys something that says it works, doesn't mean it will work for you. The water we generally tend to have in sort of urban areas tends to be hard water, which then means that it damages your hair. Black hair is damaged by hard water. So all those years, wash and going, actually contributes to hair loss, breakage, and damage. You should be trying to use filtered water or bottled water instead, which has a pH of 7. In terms of washing your hair, you should try to wash your hair. And I found out some people are leaving their hair 6 weeks, 8 weeks without giving it a wash, which is insane. You should be trying to wash your hair every 7 to 10 days. Braids or not, weave or not. That's what black hair needs to be in its optimum condition. So I've been told time is against us. So I'm going to jump a couple of slides here and just explain some of the stuff that we can potentially do to help you to work out your hair type, your texture, and which products you should be using. Okay, so as I mentioned, there are key things that you need to know: your porosity, your hair type, and your hair texture. We have a service available that I'm going to offer specially for this event. The first 50 people to sign up for that will get that for absolutely no cost at all. It's on camera. It's on my word. And it really does help you to then evaluate and we can kind of recommend what you should use to achieve the goals that you have. So if you've got dry scalp, you've got hair breakage, any other issues at all, let's help you find out what your hair ID is and get you the results that you desire. In closing, I really believe the theme of this whole thing is let's help each other to win. I believe that we have the power to dominate this industry, and I'm literally here to help anybody that feels the same way and has those goals too. Let's have a chat, let's build, let's grow. I appreciate your time. It's been absolutely amazing. If we've got time for a couple of questions, I'm happy to take some. If we don't, I've just been told no, so you can talk afterwards. But my name's Ovi King. You could have been anywhere in London, England, Britain, Birmingham, Manchester, Ireland, and that's about it this time around. But you are here with me today, and I really appreciate you and value you, and I hope you have a great rest of the event. Thank you for your ears.
Okay, so I do this every time, so you're just going to have to get used to this. You know you were saying that if you don't use filtered water, that it can break your hair? Is that what? Yeah. Is that what happens? That's an unshakable optimist, are we hoping it's going to grow back at some point?
The reason I started this is because I want my hair back. I need it back.
Need it.
I used to like to touch it and braid it and comb it.
Yeah.
And change is afoot. Change is coming.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much. Thank you. And he's going to be on the panel later, so if you have any questions, then you can speak to him later on. Yeah.
And I'll be out the back during the break for anybody who wants to find out their hair ID. Please get hold of me and send me or give me your details. Thank you very much. You've been amazing. Thank you.
Right, lovely. How's everyone doing? How are you finding the talks? Lovely to see you all here. Okay, again, the food is available the whole time. Please do make sure you go downstairs. After this talk, we're having a break, so you'll have time to go and patronize all the black businesses downstairs. If this room gets too full and you don't want to stand up and listen, you can go to the room downstairs behind the stage where you can listen to the live stream in a separate room sitting down. So, our next speaker is the founder of Soul Melanin, the author of Nature's Medicine for the Soul. She's an empowerment coach, an essential oils educator, and was introduced to these essential gifts from Mother Nature over 30 years ago, way before I was even born. Why you laughing? When I look under 30. She's the creator of Empowering You Holistic Coaching for melanin-rich women, supporting groups and individuals gain clarity, confidence, and consistency on their journey of transition. And today she'll be educating us on the powerful benefits of West African seed oils for hair and holistic health. Can we please warmly welcome to the stage Abi Osho.
Who just called my name?
Someone at the front. Does anyone know Abi? Yeah. Oh!
am I supposed to be using this?
You can use that one, sis, yeah.
Does this one work?
It does, yeah.
The walker.
Oh, yeah. Oh, saw something.
How does it come on?
Yeah, it should be. If not, use it.
Can anyone hear me through this?
Sorry, family. One moment, please.
Can you hear me now? Oh, yes, you can.
All right, cool.
So greetings, 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 family. How are we today? Do you know what? I am so blessed to be here in this space with all of you. Given that we haven't actually been able to get together for such a long time, it's just beautiful looking out and seeing a rainbow of black. So I have to say, Asheo! 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 Yes, let's get some energy in the house. Whilst we try and find my presentation. I'm praying that I saved it on the stick, yeah? Because technology is not my number one forte, trust. But it's all good, because if all else fails, I will just speak to you as if I had the presentation there. But we'll see. Okay, keep talking, they're saying. So, I'd like to find out, can I get a show of hands of how many people actually live in Birmingham? Hey, yes. Supporting the local area, How many people live in Luton?
I'm going to get 30.
Whoop, whoop, Luton in the house. How many people live in Northampton? Kettering, Coventry? Hey! How many people live in London? Whoop, 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 whoop. Big whoops to all of the London, but no, big up to everybody that came today, because you didn't really have to be here. There was lots of other things going on. Some of you have got children, they'll be going back to school next week. You know, there's always something else you can find, but what I love is when it comes to the Hidden Science events, that people come out to support, because we recognize the power in our numbers, and we recognize when people are putting things together for us, by us, we need to be a part of that. And the only way that that can happen is if we buy the ticket, put one foot in front of the other, and get our backside down here. And we have a whole heap of backsides in here today, so I'm so pleased about that. So, you know, round of applause for all of you for being here. It's not picking up my stick. Okay. Whew. Does that mean I've got to improvise? Wow. Oh, my days. All right. It would have been nice to have some visuals to show you, but there's just me right now. So for some reason it's not playing, but it's all good. Ancestors are with me. So today I'm going to be speaking with you about the power of West African essential oils. So I'm going to, carrier essential oils. I'm going to take you on a little bit of a journey. I'm going to get started. So I have been an avid essential oil user for about just over 30 years, giving away my age here, so I can't say I'm 21 anymore, can I? But I was first introduced to oils. I was blessed to go and stay with a family in Egypt, in an area called Zamalek, which sits in northern Cairo, many, many years ago. And for those of you who are at a certain age, I was working in a shop called Chelsea Girl. Who remembers that? Hey, yes, right? And the lady that I worked with was Egyptian, and she said to me, Abi, would you like to come and stay with me? You know, with my parents. Hey, there we go. Yeah?
Round of applause for Simon. Black man saved the day again.
Thank you, Simon. Oh, am I clicking? Have I got to click and speak at the same time? Oh, my days. Anyway, let me quickly finish off what I was saying. So I went to the house. I was staying with the family, and the very next day they took me to the bazaar, this huge market in the middle of Malik. We went to the back of it, and at the back of this market were these, I can only say, what size would I say? They're kind of like the tanks that you get in old airing cupboards, again, showing age here, full of oils, different oils. It smelled incredible. And I never come across oils like this before. I only knew perfume, Isatis, Givenchy, all of those things. But anyway, they introduced me to these oils. And at the time, I was young, I wasn't really interested. When I left Egypt, her mum, Mrs. Sabri, gave me a bottle of lemon essential oil. Now, I thanked her, it was lovely, I put it up in the loft. 7 years later, I moved home. And what happened was, as I was moving, I dropped the bottle of essential oil on the floor, and it smashed. But let me tell you something, that essential oil smelled like I was given it yesterday. And it was 7 years old. So that was my journey back into the natural world of essential oils and carrier oils. So without further ado, I'm going to do my best, without turning my back on you, to go through my presentation and talk at the same time. So a bit about me. I'm the wife and mother of two. My daughter, Marenike, is filming me, so she's over there at the moment. I'm a holistic empowerment coach, author of Nature's Medicine for the Soul, which I know it's a plug, it's on sale here today. Love to sign a copy, so come find me afterwards. I'm an essential oils educator and a leadership mentor. So I'm going to just quickly talk to you about the difference between a carrier oil and an essential oil. So what is a carrier oil? So carrier oils are potent fatty acids. They're derived from plants, but they're also derived from animals. So if anyone's ever used an oil called emu oil, it's taken from the fat that sits underneath the top layer of skin of the emu, and it's used for many things like psoriasis, eczema, etc. I'm only really talking about plants. Everything that I deal with is plant-based, but I just wanted to explain to you the difference. Oh, gosh, I like to walk around, and I feel a bit like, can't do that. Okay, stand still, Abi. So carrier oils have a minimal aroma, and that's because it's very different to the way that an essential oil is actually extracted. They're regularly used to dilute most essential oils, not all, because some essential oils you don't need to, but there are many that you do. And all the premium quality carrier oils that you will use are always cold pressed. There is a way that you can extract them from the seed, which is it's a chemical solvent that's used to heat it to a certain degree. So sometimes, family, when you find oils that look really cheap, they're cheap for a reason, because you're not really getting a premium or something that's pure. They've cut it, they've chemically filled it, because that's the way they're going to maximize their profits. So those of you that know me as a coach, as somebody that works a lot in nature, you know I am all about bringing to you 100% pure oils. For me, it's about pursuing what is pure. And that's what we want to feed ourselves with and feed our children with as we're on this earth plane. So, what is an essential oil? So all essential oils are actually from the plant world. And what it is you get the oil. It's the oil that gives the plant its aroma. So some of you might like citrus oils. Some of you might like wood oils. Some of you might like herb oils. It all depends on your olfactory and your sense of smell, because they all do very different things in the body. They are volatile chemicals, and they evaporate at a high temperature. So unlike carrier oils that are much thicker, okay, essential oils will evaporate when it gets too hot. So it's always good to kind of use them around room temperature if you're mixing them in with water, or just warm water, if it's an essential oil that you can take internally. And you can come and talk to me more about that when you see me at the stand. So many of them, as I said before, are actually blended and mixed with essential oils, because it's a way of diluting the oil and driving it further into the skin and into the cell. And as you can see with the essential oils, they'll come from flowers, they'll come from rind, they'll come from seeds, they'll come from tree bark, they come from many different ways, but they're all very much plant-based. So straight in. So June of this year, I went to Ghana as a solo traveler. Wonderful, wonderful time I had. But I was in pursuit of seed oils, because I knew that there were some incredible seed oils that were indigenous to certain parts of Africa. Now, there are different seed oils all over Africa. I'm just specifically talking about Ghana. And even when I got to Ghana, and I was trying to find out, where do I get these oils from? Where do they come from? People kept telling me, you can get the herbs, you can get the leaves, but you can't get the oils. But I knew that I could. Anyway, after some time, I got connected, and I found out that the oils are in a place which is the Bolga region. So the Bolga region is by the border of Burkina Faso. So it's very, very, very northern Ghana. But everything I would say there in terms of what they do and how they do it is beyond organic in many ways. And on my journey, I wanted to find out about particular oils. So I'm just going to run through the oils that I actually found out about. I'm probably talking about 4 of them today, but I've got many more downstairs. I've got 9 in total, but I'm conscious of time. So moringa is the first one that I've got up there. And many of you, can I get a show of hands as who uses moringa powder? Right, okay. And what do you use? Just shout out to me. One of the things that you use moringa powder for? Smoothies? You put it in your smoothies? Okay. Anything else? Hair oil? One more thing? Tea? I heard someone say tea, and there's probably some others. So all of those things. So moringa is a powder, a seed, an oil, which is very powerful. It's indigenous from Africa, many places in the Caribbean and Central America as well. But depending on where you source the oil, it's all to do with the soil composition. So it's all to do with what's in the soil, how much sun, how much rain it gets, when you actually pick the seed so it's at its most optimum for therapeutic cellular health. I'm not going to go into any of that detail today because I don't have time, but I do run classes where I talk about this online. But the benefits of moringa for our hair, it's very rich in essential fatty acids, so it really nourishes the hair. It's rich in nutrients like vitamin A, B, C. I'm just going to, sorry, 1 minute. There we go. Okay, I shall continue. It's rich in zinc and iron that's not only beneficial for your hair, and this is the point I'm making here. These are so beneficial for the body. You know, zinc and iron are really good. They help us. It's wonderful for cleansing the cells. It's very good in terms of building up the nervous system. So all of these oils have their benefits. And I think what's wonderful about moringa and other oils is that it promotes hair growth. But you know, I am somebody that is known for my honesty, and one oil or, you know, one seed won't promote hair growth. It's all about your diet. It's about the kind of water that you take in. All of those things make up the holistic individual, the holistic melanin-rich individual that you are. So take all of those facts into consideration. Hibiscus seed oil. So this was a little bit more challenging to get hold of. But hibiscus seed has been studied, and they continue to study it as a remedy to help with premature hair loss. It's rich in vitamin A, B, and C. It contains minerals such as zinc, copper, and iron, therefore helping to reduce premature graying and split ends. So depending on the amount of zinc and copper that you have in the body is potentially dependent on how soon you go grey. So all of these things in the body have a real knock-on effect. And when I talk about that, people say, can I have 10 bottles, please? But I always say, if you're talking about it now, it's too late. You need to be doing this a long time ago. But it's good to know the information because it's all about what you put in the body. Very high in antioxidants. What do we get when we're high in antioxidants? It means that if it's high in antioxidants, what it's helping to do is ensure that our cells have oxygen. So when our cells are fully oxygenated, it's very challenging for inflammation to live in the cells. If you blend it with peppermint and lavender essential oil, you've got a wonderful, wonderful, rich hair oil that you can use just for your hair, or you can actually use it if you wanted to do a bit more of a deep kind of hair oil cleanse. So it's entirely up to you. They're very versatile. Organic papaya seed oil. Now, I hadn't actually come across this one. Papaya seed is a powerhouse. Who likes papaya in the house? Yes. Yes, that wonderful, rich orange keratin color. So, it not only nourishes the hair and the skin, it contains folic acid, So it's very, very good for healthy cell growth. Mums to be, etc. Obviously, air with caution. But folic acid is something that's wonderful for us and for our children, our babies and children as they're coming through. It contains an enzyme called palmitic acid, which is really helpful for energizing our cells. It's rich in vitamin A and C. It helps your scalp produce sebum, which nourishes, strengthens, and protects your hair. So mix with a cold-pressed coconut oil for a deep hair oil treatment. And again, you can mix it with some pure essential oils as well. So you're really feeding your hair. But it's not just about feeding the hair, is it? Because the minute you're putting anything onto your hair, the skin is the largest organ of the body. The skin is porous. So it's going into your system. And I make a point about this because it's about recognizing whatever you're putting on yourself is actually going into your system. So if there is toxins or chemicals mixed in with that, it's in the system. And the system just doesn't say, oh, toxins, spit it out. It sits there. You have to work on your body and on your cellular health to release those. Organic neem seed oil. So who uses neem? Right, okay. What does neem taste like? It's bitter, or neem is very, very bitter. And even though they say it's similar to garlic or mustard, I would say it's much more similar to a very, very mature aloe vera gel, which is wonderful for you, but it has that simmer bitterness. But we know, what do they say about things that are bitter? Absolutely, 100%, yeah? They are good for you. So this is another oil that is wonderful. Again, it's rich in stearic acid. This helps to cleanse the hair. In Egyptian times or in ancient Chem, it was used as a natural hair gel. We've been using, all of this comes from us anyway. We've been using these things for millennia. Softens hair, reduces dandruff. It may help to improve hair growth. High in antioxidants. It's a natural anti-inflammatory. It's a natural immune booster. What season are we in right now? Autumn, absolutely. So what do we need to be doing in autumn? Boosting our immunity. So anything that we can add to our diet, I've got 3 minutes left. Right, okay, I'm going to Speedy Gonzalez through this. Anything we can add to our diet that's going to help us boost our immunity with oils, with whatever it is, then we really must get on that for ourselves and our children. Baobab seed. Right, I'm going to take a minute and a half because I love this seed oil and I love this tree. A little bit of history here. It's ancestrally known as the tree of life. It is the oldest tree. When you're in Africa and you see a baobab tree, you kind of just have to look in awe. They live up to 6,000 years old, and the seed growth can take anywhere, minimum, if it's a young baobab, 10 years up to 50 years just for the seed to grow. High in omega-3, vitamin C, it's really nourishing for hair, skin, and nails, natural immune boosting properties. It supports brain health. It supports so many things that I won't be going into today, but think about this. If the oldest African tree is actually being absorbed into your skin and it has all of these properties, this is also known as the tree of spirit. Our ancestors would bury their elders in the baobab tree. So it's known as the tree that connects to spirit. This is a powerhouse, people. It stores 100,000 liters of water in the trunk. So when there's a drought and people can't get to it, particularly in the African savannas, this is the tree that they go to because this is what's keeping them alive with the water. Okay, so that was my brief presentation on the oils. I'm conscious of time. Please take a picture of this. This is my offerings for September and October. I've got the 4-week coaching online course, Empowering You Sister Circle, Emotional Wellness for the Melanin Mind. My Reconnect Sister Retreat is sold out, but next year, 2022, the other reason I was in Ghana is because that is where I'm going to be holding my Melanin Rich Women's Retreat. So if you're interested, come, leave your details. It's going to be absolutely incredible. Connect with me, take a picture, follow me on Insta and all the other things that, it's all a bit long to go through, but you know what I mean, yeah? Just take a picture, it's there. And on that note, I just want to finish by saying thank you so much for listening and for being present today. And this was something that the late, great Kwame Nkrumah said. And what he said is, I may have not been born in Africa to be classed as an African because Africa was born in me. Yeah? So, I just want you to repeat that last bit, okay? Africa was born in me. Africa was born in me. Asheo, thank you for your time.
All right, so last question. Putting you on the spot here. Don't want to make any oil jealous. But which of all the oils would you say was your, like, if we could only afford to buy one really high quality organic oil for our hair, skin, family, which one would you choose?
What do you think I'm going to say?
Sorry, what did you want to say?
Baobabo.
Oh, Baobabo. All right, big round of applause. Thank you, sis. Thank you. All right, lovely people. So we're now going to be going for a break. There's black businesses downstairs, and it's actually Black Pound Day. Has anyone heard of Black Pound Day? Yeah, man. So Black Pound Day is the day where we support black businesses. So we've got over 30 businesses downstairs that you can support. So please go and patronize the businesses, get yourself some food, and we are going to be back starting talks at 2:30. So please make your way back up here at 2:30. See you guys later.